Good morning. Good to see you. What is it? It's Wednesday. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's see what time it is here. 7:19. And we're just outside of Salisbury, Maryland. It's always hard to remember where we're at when you're going new places. But I've been kind of struggling with the idea of doing a van tour video. I've seen thousands of them. Well, maybe not thousands, but a lot. And, it's sort of all the same. They maybe go around the van and open the door and you go in and you say, this is where my t-shirts are. This is where my toothbrush is. And, it gets a little weird after a while. That's because living is just living. We all live pretty much a normal life in the sense that everybody's got a place for their t-shirts and everybody has a place for their toothbrushes. So I've always kind of pondered the idea of doing this video in the sense that I didn't really want to do it. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just do sort of a living van tour video here this morning, just on a normal morning here outside of Salisbury. I'm going to get ready and ride this road bike. I'm going to ride my road bike today. Of course, we're doing lots of road bike riding because we're just not in decent mountain bike areas yet. And I was charging the shifters, the lights out, so we're going to go ahead and put that away. But that's sort of my morning routine, getting things charged up. The phone, there's GoPro battery, head unit for the Garmin head unit for my bike ride later today. It'll record my ride. I've also got a ride downloaded from Ride with GPS that's going to take me 40 miles around. I'm going down to Cambridge. A lot of these rides happen because I'm going to, where I'm at, I have to drive to the staging area, which in this case is about 24 miles away. No big deal. And I'm going to do this beautiful ride through a wildlife refuge. Looks like good roads with no traffic. So that's what I'm interested in today. But like I said, I thought, while I'm functioning in this environment, that would be a good way to tour you in the van, in the sense that instead of just your normal video. So I'm kind of like losing my place here mentally. So I'm just going to go into it and make my breakfast. And that's, in so doing, you'll get an idea of how a lot of the things in the van function. Now, the only thing I did different was I changed my clothes. I got out of my pajamas. Kind of one of those funny little things that I've noticed about making videos is a lot of my t-shirts are kind of worn out and the necks are kind of droopy and it doesn't present well. I'm learning a lot about like TV and movies and whatnot, and why we're so drawn to watching a good one is that they pay attention to all those little details. And I've been mildly amused to notice that my mannerisms, my speech, the clothing, things like that, all make a difference on whether or not it's a decent video to watch. So the only thing I did was I changed my clothes. I still have my bed head, but I did make my bed too. This bedding, it's a 3-inch memory foam, and the pillows and the bedspread are folded up and put away. That's how I make my bed. And then I just roll it out and sleep with my head against the door. This guy goes back behind all that to sort of shore up that little gap back there. So that's the bed. That's pretty much how that normally functions. Fridge, there's a toilet in here. So that is my go-to on a daily basis. There's a heater down here. The heater lives right there. And the thermostat for the heater works just like a normal house right there. What we're going to do here is we're going to make oatmeal today. That's the stove, obviously. But before we do that, we've got to get the pan out. So I don't know what you can and can't see here. So we'll put it here. How's that? So go to the fridge. Get a little almond milk. This is if I'm going to be active on a given day, this is my go-to meal for a bike ride. So we got several ingredients. I used to have my silverware in there, and I'm still going to that drawer for my stupid silverware instead of this one. And it's been months. So. Couple spoons of raisins. And we'll get that stuff going. I always crack up at the van life videos and Instagram pictures, most of which have a half-naked hot chick in them. And you're certainly not going to get that on a Nomad Bike Rider video. No half-naked hot chicks in my world. Just some funky old dude living in a van. Not down by a river. I'm at 2 acres of pristine grassland, beautifully mowed. My hosts, I should note, are another couple that is just absolutely wonderful. I'm using Boondockers Welcome website. Costs $50 for the year. They actually vet your vehicle to make sure that you're not pulling up in some janky piece of crap where you're going to basically do everything outside, have a bunch of garbage attached to it, and it's been working out great. I've stayed in some awesome places. So we're banana, crush that up, get that milk going there, and with the raisins, soften that up. Little cinnamon. Getting old, man. Just bumped my hand and instant bleeding. Old man skin. All right, while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you that I've still got the privacy curtain drawn. This will obviously furl back. In fact, let's even think about doing that now. Even when I'm usually at a place that's really, really private, I keep this drawn for two reasons. One, just because it just feels a little more safer, I guess. A little more private, a little more normal. And it's either keeping cold air in here or hot air in here and requiring less of whatever's going on to be climate controlled back here. I don't have an air conditioner. I do have a Max Air fan, and it's really cool. I'll go, and I'm going to do some other videos where I just show you stuff, just one-off components. Like here's where the shower is. So this is all here so that you can walk in and out of the van or around it without going in and out of the shower pan. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how that works in another video. But you take that off, you grab your curtain, you hang it up, you pull your water over, and voila, you got a shower. So we'll go into that in another video. So that's it. We're just going to go ahead and finish making the breakfast. It's a pretty normal morning. There's not much special to it other than it's in a unique place, unfamiliar to me, which is always normal these days. Now that the milk is heating up. And I do want to kind of make it clear that I haven't done anything special for this video. My van is literally in the state that it always is. I haven't dolled it up. I haven't changed me. You're kind of along for the ride on exactly how I function in my van all the time. All right, so while that's simmering a little bit, we'll finish up our coffee cup. Already had the morning coffee, so that's done and dusted. Slept in today. I've been getting up at like 5 o'clock Eastern time the last 4 or 5 days in a row. And today I slept till 6, which was great. Again, it's 7:30 now, so we got a nice long, leisurely hour plus of drinking coffee. Read a little bit of news, perused the internet a little bit on my phone this time, and checked the email, whatnot, and spent about 20-30 minutes just being quiet, looking out the window. Since you never know where you're going to be, sometimes you get really lucky. And today, with my head against the back here, of course, I don't know how much you can see, but I always really enjoy it when the sun comes up through this particular window. And so the morning light starts to fill in right alongside my bed here. And the added bonus was last night, the full moon came up right over there. It was really, really neat. It kind of lulled me to sleep. So I think I'm going to stop punishing you now. I think oatmeal and breakfast kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? And without having to do the normal van tour thing, I think you've kind of seen what my van looks like and how it functions. So have a great day. And thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the video.